Hello, everybody. It's Heather Nichols here. Me and my beautiful, big, amazing trees. They're still green here. The leaves haven't fallen quite yet. And wanted to just play and talk a little bit about bodies. Our bodies are one of the most untapped resources, I would say, that we have. Instead of actually using our bodies as a resource and seeing them as a resource and actually receiving them as the gift that they are and the resource that they are. Bodies are the subject of so much judgment and wrongness in our world. And we grow up learning to judge our bodies. We grow up judging our bodies in so many ways, and judgment of bodies shows up in ways that you wouldn't even think about. Like it shows up like even when you decide how your body functions. If you look at like the medical world, Western medicine, and you go, okay, well, this is how bodies have been determined to function, so that must be how my body functions. That's actually a form of judgment. It's a conclusion that we make about our bodies, and what it does is it actually takes us out of being in question with our bodies and being curious about how this unique body functions. And people that are seekers and, drawn to different types of conversations, evolutionary conversations, tend to also have, you're just a different person. You're a different kind of a person. And a lot of times our bodies actually match that. Like our bodies are different. They're not, if you are somebody who doesn't, do well kind of following the norm, your body is probably similar because our bodies have this incredible consciousness that is part of us. Like our bodies are here to gift us as beings the beautiful experience of being in the world and moving in the world and creating in the world. And we don't acknowledge that our bodies are different. We also don't acknowledge that we're different, but that's a little bit of a story for another time. It's a big story for another time. But when you don't acknowledge that your body is different, and that you are different, then you are really like what's left as an option basically is conclusion. And the deciding of, okay, well, this is how my body is, this is how it functions, this is what it does. And so instead of wondering about your body when things are going on with your body, like getting curious and having a sense of communion with your body and like being able to literally like have conversations with it, through, energy and awareness and intuition, all of those things, being able to have those conversations with it actually will give you so much information about, what your body, what it is and how it functions. And I know for me, everything that I've ever explored in regards to my body, that, if there's been something going on with it, and if I've gotten curious about it, then I actually, it's amazing how much how much it begins to, really reveal a completely different possibility to me, basically, of like how my body functions and what it's like. And so I'm just amazed. I'm really amazed at what our bodies are capable of, what my body is capable of, when we stay out of the judgment and the conclusion and the wrongness of them. And there's a whole different reality and a whole different world that becomes available when you start to actually see your body from that different place and relate to it differently. Like, actually not even relate to it, but like have communion with it. So you have this sense of oneness with your body and you're working with it, exploring possibilities, being on the creative edge of embodiment, really, in what's possible with bodies. There's so much focus these days on anti-aging and, radical, there's a place where I live. I actually love this place. It's called Restore Hyper Wellness. And I love that hyper wellness, and there's a lot of really cool technologies and, like infrared and cryo and hyperbaric oxygen and all that stuff. It's cool stuff, that we can play with. And I love playing with that stuff. But one of my favorite, quote unquote technologies, which is not really a technology, for my body, like one of the most effective tool, let's say that I've used with my body is actually the Access Consciousness body processes. And so those are hands-on energetic processes that actually are so easy to learn and run. You don't have to be an energy worker or know anything about it. I mean, we are energy, we function as energy. That's just who we are. And when we start to tap into that, we get to remember a lot about who we are and what our bodies are. So those beautiful body processes, including the Access Consciousness bars, have created so much for me, so much for my body, change in ways that I could have never imagined, getting rid of chronic pain, getting rid of chronic seasonal allergies, all kinds of issues that were going on with my body, just literally going away. As I get at a conclusion, I get into communion and I use the Access Consciousness body processes. And there is you can take a body process class. You can take an Access Consciousness bars class. There's actually one coming up, depending on when you see this video. But there is a global bars class. So far it's been the past 2 years, so it may be an annual thing with Dr. Dane here. That's coming up this weekend, October 21st is Access Consciousness Global Bars Day, and the 22nd is Global Bars Class. You can go to accessconsciousness.com and find out more about that. And you can also take a 3-day body class. Once you've taken a bars class and a foundation class, you can take a 3-day body class. And the 3-day body classes are such a gift of silence and beauty and communion with our bodies and a space beyond all realities that is really incredible. I facilitate those classes, and you can look on my website, heathernichols.com, to see what's coming up. If there's something happening in your area and if you have the prerequisites. So what if you whatever you choose, wherever you go, like what if you really chose to have a different sense of communion with your body and actually getting out of the conclusions of how it works, what it is, and what it looks like and all of that, and into the curiosity, the communion, and the receiving from your body that would allow you to have a completely different reality of embodiment.